Hello everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Season 2. I would like to start this episode off by saying sorry for my poor behavior last week. As you could probably tell, or not, I was a little under the influence of something called no-no. I cannot say because, well, for recording reasons. But you'll know if you watch the episode. If you didn't, oh well, it's okay. I don't remember much from last week other than Max yelling at everyone, then yelling at me. Then the instant we stopped recording, Mr. Big Cheese came back from his business trip and yelled at me, at which point I threw up on his shoes, and then he ousted me for a week. So, thank God I'm back, he gave me a second chance. Phew! And, well, let's just get right into it. In last week's episode, Max, Callus, Magnus, and Flipper started making their way to their final destination, the capital city of Galavandrieal. Yippee! While they were walking, Flipper started talking and annoyed the crap out of Max for some reason, but I think he was already pre-annoyed. May have been from me. Anywho, they brought back an old conversation from a couple of episodes ago where they talked about a TV show, and this time our characters were somehow weirdly miscorrected and miscompared to beloved characters of the sitcom Frasier. But that's okay, because through a master class of trickery, Magnus managed to alter the entire origin of the character, Martin Crane, and started a bickering fight between him, Callus, and Flipper, at which point that caused Max to go, "Ah, I'm mad!" And then he got mad and stormed off, and before he stormed off actually, he yelled at me. That part I do remember. After that, Magnus and Flipper were like, "Well, I don't want to be here anymore," and quite frankly, I don't blame them. But Callus said, "Yeah, hold on, guys." And they said, "Okay," and they held on, and they camped out, and then Callus went to talk to Max, and in a masterclass of senileness that goes to Callus, he used his age and used something called wisdom and flipped Max's anger into shedding a light onto him to get him to go, maybe you're not so bad after all. I will apologize in the morning, but not to the narrator. Don't think I didn't forget that, Max. And that is where the episode ended. We are now on episode 18. Wowzers! We are on 18 episodes already. Holy moly! Episode 18, Infiltration Plan. Ooh, is Tom Cruise gonna make a surprise cameo appearance? The sun breaks through the horizon and officially starts the new next day. Everyone, except Callus, wakes up to Max cooking them breakfast as a token of apology. What's he cooking? I don't know, probably some eggs that he found in the wild, or maybe some berries. I don't know how you'd cook berries, but you know. Also, how is he cooking them eggs, or them berries? Probably a hot stone, or maybe he just reused the campfire site. Again, for the 5th time, folks, please use your imagination. It's half the fun. They hesitantly sit and eat, and a sense of awkward dread fills the air. That is until Max breaks the tension by apologizing to both Magnus and Flipper. He calmly explains why he lashed out on them, his homesickness, his mounting responsibility and dread, and that he is a big, big baby. Wow, that must have took guts. Kudos to you, Max. They don't seem too pleased or accept his apology at first, but I guess they got no other choice since they already left their homes and made it this far in the story. They accept Max's apology against their better judgment and get ready to continue their journey to the capital city. When packed and ready to go, Max and Flipper carry their gear while Magnus carries the still sleeping Callus on his shoulder. Just like last time. What a good sport he is. Several hours pass by, and Callus awakens, spooked and ready for another fight. It happened again! Damn you, you blasted retirement agents! I told you, this is the end! Unfortunately for Magnus, Callus was still a little sleep deprived, and when he went to calm him down, Callus kicked Magnus in his rocks, if you know what I mean. My boulders! He hunches over in pain, and when Callus came to, he was starting to apologize to Magnus. Luckily for him, Magnus is a chipper fella, so he painfully laughed it off. As Magnus was playing off his pain, Max couldn't help but snort, giggle, and start to laugh. For once, someone else got hit with the bad luck RNG. so he starts to laugh hard, and harder, and harder. In fact, he is laughing so hard that it's the hardest I've ever heard him laugh since he first came to Galavandrieal. I guess he's starting to lighten up. Man, what kind of wondrous magic did Callus say to Max? Naturally, Max's overenthusiastic laugh leaves the Three Stooges confused. But soon, Flipper can't help but crack a smile, and then soon laughs himself. Magnus, who is still in pain, laughs, while still on the ground, holding his tenderized area. Meanwhile, Callus laughs, uncomfortably, not knowing why everyone is laughing.
Why are we laughing?
Who knows? Come on, guys, let's go. I think we're near the capital city. The others agree and cheer up a little as they continue.
Say, Max, you wouldn't happen to have another one of those shows similar to Frasier now, would you? I quite liked Frasier and would like to hear more like it.
Flipper's question intrigues the others. Magnus raises his eyebrows, wanting to hear another as well, probably hoping there's a character in there that could possibly move mountains or whatever. Callus, too, is interested in hearing another. Max smiles and obliges. I sure do. This next show is based in a large city called New York City. Its plot centers around 6 individuals who know each other and how they became really close to one another. It's similar to Frasier in the sense that it's humorous, but it also touches on somewhat serious matters, but nothing too crazy. They really wanted to emphasize on what the subject matter was, based on the title of the show.
Interesting. What was the title of this show?
As Max was about to answer thoughtlessly, he pauses for a moment, as the name of the show bears something he recently neglected. He turns to look at his party. Then the show popped into his head, and its name essentially described what his party really felt like to him, despite how little time he has been with them. He is also reminded of all the folks back in Tavernsburg that helped him along the way. His smile widens as he comes to terms with something in that moment. No matter how or where they met, no matter the circumstances or situations they all got into, they all got through it together. And again, despite how little time they spent together. I don't think the writer emphasized that, but I will do it for him. The show is called Friends. Wait, no, stop. We cannot do that song. I'm very surprised we got away with the Frasier bit, but I swear to my divine lord that is shall not be named, Warner Brothers will come after us and hit us with the biggest lawsuit in the entire mankind. So, cut it here now. The dancing, the movement, the pictures, the lighting, the choreography is beautiful, but we cannot risk this. Okay, folks? Sorry.
Oh, that was a really catchy beat.
Oh, I really like that theme song. Very catchy. That's quite an odd name. Why not call it allies, or pals, or buddies? Or maybe that one unique word I heard you say in your sleep back at the inn, Max. Homies, whatever the heck that means.
Max laughs at Flipper's last comment and enlightens him and the 2 others on the show as they travel to the capital city. Finally, after several hours later, the party reaches the top of a hill and look over to see a large castle bustling with noise and looking quite breathtaking. The 4 stand side by side like a cool superhero group would and look as if they're about to embark on their salvation mission. But they don't. Wow! So that's the capital city, and in typical cliche fashion, the king, I'm assuming, will be in the throne room of that big fancy castle, which is inconveniently near the top? Of course an outlander like you would think that. What a fool you are, Max. That big castle isn't real. The real castle is the dinky little one in the front. The big one is a fake, to represent what the king wants as a castle. What? What do you mean not real? It looks so pristine and pretty like a castle should be. That little one is the real one? What a joke! Although, saying that is quite odd. Back where I'm from, castles in movies, TV shows, and games that hold the damsel in distress and the turf for the evil bad guy don't look this friggin' good.
What were you expecting? A visibly evil aura emanating from the castle that's surrounded by dilapidated buildings, dead trees, a barren wasteland, and a moat filled with murky water?
Yeah.
Oh, poor foolish Max. There's nothing like that here. This is the capital city of Galavandrieal. It must always look pristine and pretty. Otherwise, there would be no incentive to come and visit.
There's so many things I don't get about this world. If the capital city is where this so-called evil king resides but looks immaculate and still gets visitors, then how is this king evil? I heard from an associate of mine that he is mad with power, allows slavery, disrupted creatures' homes causing them to go wild, put heavy taxes on everyone, and allows his guards to do whatever they want. Besides the 2 wild creatures that tried to eat me when I was going to Beauville, we haven't been attacked once, nor has a creature been sighted, mentioned, or written. And I haven't heard, seen, or been affected by everything else I just mentioned. Where's this evil coming from?
You'll see, Max. He's wicked and evil and tyrannical, and he must be stopped.
You know what? I'm just gonna have to trust you. What's the plan then? Are we gonna sneak in and infiltrate, or are we going in guns blazing? The 3 party members look at Max, confused. What's a gun? Never mind. What's our plan?
Well, our obvious option would be to storm the castle and barge our way through.
No. That's far too obvious. We need to do something a little more deceptive and calculated. We could try Max's sneaking idea. What is everyone's stealth stat? I can see you're all confused. Allow me to explain.
Amidst all their planning, Flipper flips the situation. Oh, I see what you did there. Now that's good writing. Flipper flips the situation into a dice rolling game of some sort. Ooh, I think I know of this one. He pulls out a small open box and 4 unique dice. He hands 1 to each and keeps 1 for himself.
So, how it works is like this. First, pull up your stat sheet to see your stats and skills. Then roll your die, and from there, add or take away based on your roll and skill level / proficiency.
The 3 are now on the same page of confusion. Stat sheet? I didn't even know I had that to begin with. What is sneaking? I prefer to move mountains rather than go around them.
What's a number?
Oh, I can see that we are still all confused. Not to worry. I just so happen to have every one of your stat sheets right here. They were given to me by the sage. Just roll your dice and I'll see what you get, then we can plan from there.
They all shrug, nod, and agree, 'cause why not? Max takes his die, cups his hands together, and rolls it around in his hand. Shortly after, he opens his hand and lets the die fly to roll a 16. Good roll.
16! Good show, Maxwell. Now let me see what your modifier is.
My what? Flipper ignores Max's continued confusion and looks at his stats. He looks to see a lot of zeros on everything, except for luck, where he has a +3 modifier. Alright.
Well that can't be right. Maybe I'm reading this wrong.
Flipper takes a second glance at Max's status sheet, taking out a monocle this time to help see it better. And sure enough, it's zeros all the way down except for luck again.
Well, clearly I don't know what the hell I'm doing. But 16 is a high enough number to say that Max is sneaky. Alright, Callus, your roll next.
Alright, this is kind of exciting.
Callus takes his die and picks it up with his thumb, index finger, and middle finger. With die in hand, he gestures his hand up and down before clumsily dropping it into the box. The die rolls and bounces, but thankfully stays in the box. Oh my lord. It's so annoying when someone always drops the die, isn't it? When it's done, Flipper takes a look at the dice to see a 17! Good job, Callus! He is shocked, but then looks at Callus's stat sheet to see that he has a proficiency of +5 in stealth? Huh?
Okay, now I know I'm reading this wrong. There is no way that Callus has a proficiency of +5 in stealth. Let me make sure that I have the correct character sheet.
With monocle in hand, Flipper takes a look at the top left corner to ensure that he is reading Callus's sheet. And indeed, it says Callus the Archmage at the very top left corner. See?
Well, that doesn't bode well for us. Oh well, Magnus, you're up next.
Oh, my turn.
Magnus smiles and grabs the tiny little die and drops it into his massive hand. He shakes his hand in a provocative way that leaves very little to the imagination. As he climaxes... Oh, that is just bad writing. No, why would you use that word? Dear Lord. Well, a job's a job. As he climaxes, he releases the dice, almost overshooting it out of the box. Again, thankfully, it just hit the inside edge and bounces back in and spins for a little before landing on a 2.
A low number, finally. Let's see what you got, Mr. Magnus.
Flipper flips to Magnus' stat sheet and then glances down at his stats. When he glosses over his stealth proficiency, he is left stunned. He is so stunned that even with his monocle, he pulls the sheet to 1 inch away from his face to ensure that what he's reading is indeed correct.
So, Flipper, is my stat awesome, as Max would say? Is that why you are looking so close to the sheet?
No, actually, it's quite bad.
Really? Me? Magnus the Mountain Mover?
Yes, you have a negative proficiency in stealth of -20. You have absolutely no skill or proficiency in stealth. At all. I'm not sure how that's even possible.
No. This can't be. I suck at something? Oh.
Magnus falls to his knees in shame. Oh no. For once, he's actually bad at something. It's okay, Magnus. I have a mountain for you to move. He's left in shambles for now. Oh, this is making me crestfallen.
Moving on to me, the final die to cast.
Now it's Flipper's turn. He grabs his die and balls it into his hand. With the die secured in his hand, he twists his wrist left to right, then elegantly lets the die roll into the box. The die rolls and lands and bumps and spins and curmudgeons and plunges and blunges and hits and goes and flows and mows until it stops and goes onto a 4. Oh my, what is wrong with the frog? Being miffed that he had rolled so low, Flipper pulls his stat sheet up and tries to read his proficiency, but struggles as his anger wells up, causing him to shake the sheet slightly. He looks at his stealth to see a modifier of +2. The others look at Flipper, curious if what he rolled was good, but he remains still, except for his sheet which still slightly shakes. Soon, his head starts to twitch, followed by shaking. Flipper? You all right there, buddy?
Just dandy, Max. Why do you ask?
I'm only asking because you're twitching and shaking like you've had about 14 cups of coffee.
I don't know what that is, but it doesn't sound good.
Callus and Max take a step back, while Magnus rolls back slightly further away from Flipper. A gentle breeze blows by, and all of the stat sheets fly away. And in that brief moment of respite, Flipper grabs the box and smashes it onto the ground. Oh my god!
You son of a bitch! You stupid no-good piece of crap! I hope you die! I hope your mother is unhappy and your father is unwell!
When he finishes with his mild rant, he grabs the box and smashes it onto the ground. Again? Then proceeds to stomp and trample on it. Good god, man, it's a box. That used to be a tree. You were raised by a tree. Chill out, frog. After venting his frustration, Flipper calms down and storms off towards the capital city without a plan. Idiot, what are you doing?
Forget it! It's every frog for themselves! I'll see you inside!
You heard the frog. Come on, guys, let's go. Max and Callus make their way down to the city gates, while Magnus rolls his way down. When they get there, there's a small lineup to get inside. What's the holdup?
This is the evil king's doing, Max. This is what you have been informed of about our majesty.
Huh? Max is confused, but takes a big gulp as he is nervous, and waits as the line moves up. When he's next in line, he is stopped by a capital city guard. You want entrance to the capital city? That'll be 5 gold pieces, please. Oh yeah, sure, no problem. Max reaches into his pocket to magically get 5 pieces of gold. Again with the magically appearing money, it's no wonder this guy's never broke. And pays the guard. Here you go. Thank you for your patronage, citizen. Go in and have a great day. Thanks, you too. Max walks in and takes a look around while waiting for the others to get in. He sees a beautiful stone road that looks brand new and are beautifully crafted. Sculptures all over the place, highlighting the exquisite wonders that the city has to offer. Pots carrying different vibrant plants hanging off the buildings, and just down the street, a beautifully extravagant water fountain flowing with the most purest of water. The capital city is breathtaking, and Max is in awe. As Max is soaking it all in, Callus and the others make it through. When Flipper makes it through, he immediately runs off to do his own thing, whatever that is, while Callus hobbles over and Magnus rolls over and is now sucking his thumb like a baby.
Did you see what they did back there?
No, sorry. I was busy taking in all the beauty that this city has to offer. It's amazing. Reminds me of Tavernsburg in a way.
Yeah, well, while you were taking in the spectacle that is the capital city, those skeevy guards pulled a fast one on me.
Oh no, what happened?
Those wretched fools charged me the full 5 gold pieces. They didn't even bother to offer me a senior discount.
Oi. Max facepalms for the first time since Beauville.
This is no time for a Palm 5, Max. We've got a king's castle to siege.
Yeah, about that, Callus. We're down 2 men right now. Magnus is stuck in the fetal position sucking his thumb, and Flipper's off on his own mission to prove himself, I guess. That just leaves the 2 of us. Got any plans? Just then, some fireworks pop out into the sky, and naturally, it catches everyone's attention. When Callus looked up to see the small fireworks display, an idea hatched into his frail old mind. It also caught Max's attention for a moment, but he turns back to Callus to see him smiling mischievously. Callus? You okay?
Oh, I have an idea. You go on without me. I'll be sure to catch up when you need me the most.
Callus hobbles in the direction of where the fireworks launch from, leaving Max and the big baby, Magnus. Max sighs, aggravated that his party has already disassembled so quickly. He looks in the direction of the castle, the big fake one, puts his hands on his hips to try and figure something out with Magnus. Well, I guess that just leaves me and you, Magnus. Do you have any plans? Hearing nothing from Magnus, Max looks to his side to see Magnus missing. Of course. All by myself. Don't worry, Max. I'm still here. I'll keep you company. It'll give you plenty of time to apologize to me. I have been good, haven't I? Great. Hey! You can't end the episode with that sarcastic remark! You have to end it on a higher note, you big meanie! That's it! I'm going to Mr. Big Cheese! Mr. Cheese! Mr. Cheese!